Okay, so let's continue on part 2. We have example 2b. So, example 2b, we have 6x minus 2y and then 2x minus 3y. I believe everyone actually tried it. So, let's take a look. 6x with 2x, 6x with negative 3y, negative 2y with negative 3y as well. So, we have 12x squared minus 18xy minus 4xy and then plus 6y squared. If you have that, you're on the right way. Now, collecting the like terms, we have then 12x squared minus 22xy plus 6y squared. If you have this, you are on the right track. Now, let's move on to example 3. So, example 3 is a bit more advanced than the example 2 and example 1. So, example 3 now has another term. So, example 3, we have a as 3, 6x minus 2y, and then 2x minus 3y. So, if you have more than just two of binomials, it's totally up to you how you apply it, whether from the first to the second, second to the third, or second to the third, and from first to the result or whatever the product. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from the very front. So we have 3 times 6x, 18x minus 6y, and then still in brackets, and then I have 2x minus 3y. Remember, after you multiply and distribute 3 to 6 and 2 y, make sure you have the brackets still. Now, since I have two binomials again, put the arrows all over again. Now we have 36x squared minus 54xy minus 12xy plus 18y squared. Now, once I have that, collecting the like terms, it will result in negative 66xy plus 18y squared. Okay, so I want you to give it a try with b. So here's another pause. Okay, so pause the video, try 3b. I believe everyone tried it. Hopefully everyone tried it. So let's take a look at b. So b is a bit long. We have y minus 4, y minus 3, minus y minus 2, and then y plus 5, correct? Now, once we have that, well, we have binomial, 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 binomial. FOIL all over again. So, y times y times negative 3, negative 4 times y, negative 4 times negative 3. Again, the same thing applies here. I'm sure everyone's now almost getting used to it. So we have y squared minus 3y minus 4y plus 12 minus y squared plus 5y, ooh, out of space, negative 2y minus 10 in brackets. Now, remember that before you get rid of the brackets, you have to make sure there's nothing in the front. Okay? If there's nothing in the front, then just comes out as it is. Now there are two ways. You can simply just get rid of it, get rid of the brackets and then simplify later, or you simplify first and get rid of it. So I will try that one with the second one. So let's simplify inside first. We have then positive 3y minus 10. Now make sure you get the right number. It is positive 5y minus 2y. That's what I have. Now to get rid of these two brackets, I have negative in the front. So remember, if I have negative in the front, now I'm going to the sign of inside will become the opposite of the original. So this was positive y squared, so just negative y squared. Positive 3y is now negative 3y. Negative 10 becomes positive 10. Now, last line can be very easy. So again, collect the like terms. Y squared and minus y squared will be cancelled out each other. and negative 7y, negative 3y, it will be negative 10y. And then positive 12 with positive 10 will be positive 22. Now, it is, again, as I emphasized before, very important when you are collecting the like terms at the end, make sure you are using every single term, okay? You have to make sure that you are using every single term. So, this is 3b. You're almost done. So, let's take a look at example 4. As you can see, we only have up to example 5. Okay, so example 4, it says verify the product of two binomials by substituting a convenient value, usually 1, for the variable in the original product and in the simplified expression. So verify the answer to 3b by substituting 1 for y. So what's happening is, in the 3b, we have y minus 4, y minus 3, and then y minus 2, y plus 5. Now we are substituting y equals 1 to this, and then we are going to substitute y equals 1 to our final product. So let's take a look. 1 minus 4, 1 minus 3, 1 minus 2, and then 1 plus 5. So I have negative 3, negative 2, minus negative 1, and 6. So negative 3 times negative 2 becomes negative 6, and then minus negative 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. What? So it becomes 0. Okay, if I put 1 into the brackets, no, sorry, not the brackets, into y, I get this. Now, I have negative 10y plus 22. Did I do something wrong? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. My mistake. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. Sorry, it is my mistake. So it is actually 6 plus 6. Since it's negative, it is 12. Again, we just put 1 into y's. We get 1 minus 4, 1 minus 3, 1 minus 2, and 1 plus 5. Once I have that, it is negative 3, since it's 1 minus 4. 1 minus 3 is negative 2, and then 1 minus 2, negative 1. 1 plus 5 will be positive 6. Once I multiply negative 3 by negative 2, I get positive 6. Now minus is still there in the middle. Negative 1 times 6 will be negative 6. The next line will be positive 6 is just a positive 6 since there's nothing in the front outside the brackets. However, for the negative 6, it has negative in the front of it. So negative becomes positive since it changes the sign of negative 6 to the opposite. So I have 6 plus 6, which is 12. Now then, let's substitute y equals 1 into negative 10y plus 22. So if I do so, it will be negative 10 and then 1 plus 22, which is negative 10 plus 22, then positive 12. Therefore, negative 10y plus 22 is the simplified version of it. So simplified version. Okay. Now the last one, we have example 5. Now example 5, what I want you to do is pause. Okay. Pause the video and think of what and how you're going to start this type of question. Okay. I believe everyone paused and thought about it. So example 5, we have a shape. We have a shape, and then the width of outer side is 2y plus x, and the width of it is 2y plus 3, whereas the inside is 2y and then 2y minus x for the width. Now if you can't see what I just drew here, that is fine, since it's exactly the same question as your example 5 in the package. Okay. Now it says find the area. So again, the area formula is length times width. Now it says find the area of the shaded part. So as you already noticed it, in order to find the shaded area, we simply just need to find the area of the bigger square and then subtract the smaller, not the square, sorry, smaller rectangle from it. So the area of the bigger one is the length times width. So 2y plus x times 2y plus 3 minus the inner rectangle will be 2y times 2y minus x. Now, let's FOIL this, and we're going to start up there. So we have 2i times 2i. So put all the arrows. Same thing, arrows. Now remember, you are doing FOILing when you have binomial. Okay, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. This is not binomial. This is just a monomial. Okay, so make sure you understand the differences between monomial and binomial. So once I have this, this becomes 4y squared plus 6y plus 2xy plus 3x, now minus 4y squared minus 2xy. So I'm going to start from the top. So I had 4y squared plus 6y plus 2xy plus 3x minus 4y squared minus 2xy. So do we have any, I don't have any like terms here. Oh, I should have stayed here. So we need to get rid of the brackets. We don't have anything in the front, so just copy down as it is. Now the second one, we have negative sign in the front, therefore the inside their signs change to the opposite. So positive 4y becomes negative 4y squared. Now negative 2xy becomes positive 2xy. Once I get rid of all the brackets, all I need to do is collect the like terms. So I have 4y squared with negative 4y squared, they cancel each other. Now I have 6y, well there's nothing, so 6y. Now 2xy with positive 2xy again, so 4xy. And then lastly, we have 3x. Now you may ask me a question whether you have to put them in order of x or y. It's going to be stated in the question, so you don't have to worry about it too much. If it doesn't state it, then all you need to do is follow the alphabetical order first and then put every terms in order of whatever the alphabet that comes first. Okay, so as long as you do that, it should be all okay. Alright, so example 5 is done. Now make sure you do the homework, and the homework is listed on the very front page. Okay, I'll see you guys in 3.3. Good job.